Hey, by the way, I was just going to ask you something.
Okay.
What were we just talking? I have no memory anymore. What were we just talking about?
You think you were the one smoking pot?
I know. Oh, don't even get them going. No, you know what? I only got like 10 emails, and I know there's a ton of people who smoke weed who listen to this. So most people followed the rules, which was is basically don't take the podcast seriously, don't name any names, all of that shit.
Yeah.
But no, I had a bunch of people.
Yeah.
They thought I was on some self-righteous thing because I haven't drank since October, even though I'm a self-admitted booze bag. And even though I said on the podcast, there's nothing wrong with smoking weed. I don't give a shit if you smoke more of it.
Right.
But my point is, stop acting like it's this, like, what is the fucking word?
Harmless.
Not harmless, just like there's no side effects. Like
right.
Like there's all this. There's like this is the shit that's out there about weed. That it's not addictive. I drive better when I'm on it.
How is that?
I don't know, dude. It's like everything's in focus, man. They hate that voice.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. You know,
I love that voice.
potheads, man. It's like when they drive down the street, man, it's just like not only are you focused on the road, you're taking in nature. Like all that shit and acting like it's the answer to all the universe's fucking problems. That shit. That's all I was talking about. I understand that the same way someone can, enjoy getting fucked up, drinking booze, and not be an alcoholic, have it under control, but every once in a while, they go out and get ripped up on the weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it also has to do with your age, too. If you're in your fucking 20s, you're still getting blasted Friday, Saturday night, that's fine, but you just put the kids to bed and you're hitting a fucking bong every night. I mean, come on. You got an issue. I had this dude, right? And that's the thing. This is like, maybe I'm jealous as a fucking booze bag here. It's just nobody gives like, if you're fucking a pothead, people think it's funny.
Right.
There's just something that's considered funny about it. But like you watch like Intervention. Okay, they have alcoholics. They have people on meth, cokeheads, heroin. They got everything. There's not been one fucking pothead.
Because they don't do anything exciting when they're high. When you're
Is
a
that
pothead,
what it is?
You don't do anything exciting. You sit around, you watch TV, you giggle, you eat.
Right. And then
that's
you know what happens?
You go
and
to
if you're
movies,
not, and if you're not careful, 2.5 decades goes by,
right?
And you're in your early 40s,
and you're
going,
still sitting on the couch.
Yeah, still watching fucking Snagglepuss, eating fucking Doritos. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that was a joke.
It's not nearly as dramatic and exciting as someone who's on meth.
There's no Mothers Against Weed, man. And there's nobody, like when the cops pull you over, there's no weed breathalyzer. You can be fucking baked out of your mind. What can they do to you?
They don't have any kind of roadside test to see if you're stoned?
I remember they talked about doing something like that. But when they have those roadblocks set up at night, none of it's for weed. All it is for fucking booze.
Right.
Look, this is what kills me, okay? I got an email this week, all right? This guy tells me, he goes, first of all, Mian, you should read. I just do it because it annoys the shit out of him.
I laugh every time at that. I think it's funny.
This guy goes, you should probably read up a little bit on weed, man, before you go off on it. And he said that I can smoke 3.5 grams of weed and be fully functional and drive a car or operate machinery.
What is I don't know.
Look,
3.5 grams. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
A joint?
Let's just say it is a joint, which I think it's a little more than that.
Okay.
All right. Let's just say it is that.
Right.
You smoke a joint, you're fucking high.
You're high.
You're not fully functional. He's confusing his tolerance with being fully functional. Fully functional is getting 8 hours sleep, you wake up stone sober. And even if you want to get to the letter of the law, it's like 3 nights in a row of 8 hours sleep, just in case you only got 4 nights a few nights ago. For you to totally be 100%, you're eating healthy, that's fully functional. All right?
Yeah.
Smoking 3.5 grams of fucking weed, you're not fully functional.
Yeah,
you might have an amazing tolerance, but you're not as good as the you at 0.0. That's what I'm saying. Or like this dude who sends me an email and he goes, yeah, people just, they definitely abuse weed. He goes, but they're not like me where he goes, I just I pack a bowl every night before I go to bed, take a couple of puffs, and then I go to sleep. This dude does that every fucking night. Now,
what is the point of that? If you're just going to smoke and then go to sleep,
Now, I might be
What
ignorant,
is the
but to me
point?
it sounds like he's using it as like this sedative, like this
Right, like
sleep
instead
aid.
of Ambien or something. Or maybe it's just his way to unwind. I don't know. That seemed every night, though?
Which is fine, but it goes back to my point where if I had a couple, I'd have to drink probably like a couple of beers to get like what probably feels like, a couple of puffs of weed, right? Yes, no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. If I was doing that every night, if every night you was laying here in bed and I would go over here, hey man, just going to have a couple of Budweisers, and I was sitting here with that fucking happy hat with the straws going in my mouth.
Yeah, I'd
Wouldn't
be
you-
like, why are you doing this every night?
Every night.
What's the matter with you?
365 fucking days a year.
I would say that to you if you were smoking weed every single night, too. Why do you feel the need to smoke weed every single night?
Let me ask you this. What if I only, to argue the pothead side, what if I only had 2 beers?
Versus...
Every night. I didn't drink at all.
But
on the weekends, I never got shit-faced. Just every night before I went to bed, I drank 2 beers.
I would think that was weird.
You would think it was weird?
Yeah.
Why are you so uptight, man?
And I think smoking weed is great. I love to smoke weed. It's fun, but I think smoking every single day is a little excessive. And I feel like if you talk to anybody who used to smoke that frequently and who doesn't anymore, I think they will tell you that they probably feel more motivated or less depressed or something. It does have effects on you.
Okay, that's all. I went over the top as always, because that always shakes a few people out of the trees, and then they go, let me tell you something, and they fire off the emails, which fuels the podcast. Who's kidding who? But that's all I'm saying, is that the thing that I can't stand about fucking weed is that people act like there's no consequences to smoking it, and if anything, it expands, like your creativity and all that type of shit. I think it's like anything. Maybe initially it does, but after a while, or maybe if you do it within fucking reason, yes. But I've seen, up close and personal with nameless fucking people. I've watched. I told that story of what's his face, who I'm not going to say who fucking hit the dude with the car at work because he thought he had it in neutral, but he had it in gear, and he hit the guy in the fucking head.
Yeah,
and he's still, still, he's going, dude, the weed isn't the problem, and it's just, and he gets high every fucking day. I remember one time we went on a road trip just to fuck with him, right? We were driving on this road trip, and he goes to, to break out his fucking shit, right? And we go, no, dude, you can't. It's a rental car. You can't smoke. And he goes, all right, well, pull over. Like, dude, we're not pulling over. And you're not smoking on this trip. Dude, the fucking panic that he went, he's like, dude, fucking let me out. Let me out then. I'm done. I'm not going on this road trip. He absolutely lost his fucking shit. Like, and it'd be like, if somebody said I can't drink, if I wasn't driving, I couldn't drink in the car. Dude, don't drink and drive. I'd be like, all right, dude, yeah, you fucking goddamn Mary. Fine, I won't. But this guy was like, it was like he was having a physical fucking, he was a panic attack.
Right.
If he couldn't smoke his fucking weed. Now, I'm not saying everybody who smokes weed's like that, but what I'm saying is that shit is never fucking reported. The same way when I break your ovaries about the whole, like the women image on TV, like they always showing you guys as victims or accomplishing stuff, but they never show the gold-digging whore. See, I had you right then until I attacked women.
Yeah. I gotta go.
Oh, it was going good. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by the podcast.
Oh, sure, anytime.
Yeah, you can get ready when you have to get here.
Yeah, but I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to distract you. And plus, you start picking on me.
Have you heard? That's the real reason. I'm just saying, stop acting what I'm doing here is any sort of an art. All right. Well, have fun tonight. Okay. All right. So back to the damn. So all right. So all you, not all you potheads, just the 10 that fucking wrote into me. Sorry, the electrolytes again. Yeah, I was breaking. Can any pothead out there just be fucking honest with that and at least admit that maybe it isn't you? That at least you've had a fucking friend of yours who like discovered weed, liked it, really liked it, and then it just became their motivation when they got up. All right? It's fucking unreal to me that the third week in the row on the podcast, I have to act like this person, exists to the world. Everybody knows this fucking guy. All right? But he's never talked about, and I want to know why none of these fucking burnouts are brought on to intervention. That's what I want him to see. Just some kid sitting there past, in a fucking weed fog, couple of hacky sacks in the background, his dirty surfer shorts, just fucking toasted out of his fucking mind, and that's all he's been doing for 5, 6 critical years in his 20s. Hasn't finished college. Wake and bake. That guy. Come on. Everybody, I'm sick of it. All that horse shit. It comes from the ground, man. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. But whatever. I guess I'm becoming too prudish on this podcast. This guy writes, hey, Bill, what the fuck happened? You bashing hot sluts on South Beach last week? You stopped drinking? You're talking shit about pot like you're fucking Alan Thicke. I didn't know. Does he talk shit about him? About pot, I mean? You know that life is a drag. For Christ's sake, you grew up in New England. You know what I'm talking about. 9 months of shitty weather. Your boss is a prick. All you have to look forward to is the weekend to let loose and unwind. I totally get that. I totally get that. I work for myself, and I still want to get bombed out of my fucking tree. He says, quit talking shit about pot, would you? Pussy, drugs, and alcohol are all good things. Take care, pal. Yeah, dude, I totally agree with that shit, but you know what I'm saying. First of all, if I go down to South Beach and all I do is talk about how hot the women are, that will be informative, that will be obvious, and that will be 1 minute of the podcast. You know, everybody knows they're hot down there. But if I talk to them, if I say that they're whores and they look like a bunch of goddamn prostitutes walking down the street, that gives me like 8 minutes of shit to go off on. All right? Jesus Christ, do I have to break down the whole process for you people? You haven't figured out. It's it's not a lot of levels to this podcast. You give me a topic, I fucking go off on it with very little knowledge. It annoys people who are informed on the subject, and then they send me emails in, and then I just yell at them, even if they've proven their point. It's basically it. All right.